1, 2, 3, 4.
Ready to go? What's happening?
Hello, welcome to the Mudblood podcast. How are you, Patrick?
I'm grand. How are you? As you'll well know, it was great to have William back last week, but unfortunately he's not here this week, so he has sent his Indian cousin to come and do the show.
Nasty. Nasty. Because I have a spot in my head and it's...
We Bollywood effect to it. You really... William's going through a phase, right, where he's lost weight. He looks really good, but he also looks like either a fucking shooter in Plymouth or a fucking Indian.
I look like if the shooter shot up Whoville instead of Plymouth.
And then he told us something just before we turned the thing on, and it was absolutely that spot on. I nearly lost my jaw. So who do you look like?
I look like the little monkey boy in Jumanji. Do you know what I mean? That's exactly who I look like.
It is so accurate. It's fucking frightening. It's mental. So William's going through that phase at the minute. We're looking very sexy, then looking like a monkey boy.
It just depends what the day is.
Or a shooter in Plymouth.
Do you ever see the Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes? I look like one of the apes in it. Do you know what I mean? They've got that weird.
Do you know what? We'll not go any further because I'm going to say something.
You'll say something racist.
This is fucking edited out or is politically not correct. Right. Because I genuinely am no good. We have a sponsor.
Before we start the show, yes, just going to read out our this week's sponsor. Mick O'Meal Electrical. They're looking more sparks to join their team. Social housing contracts in and around Belfast. If you're interested, email office@mickomealelectrical.com. That's office@mickomealelectrical.com. I think Sean's got to put a wee thing in the bottom, could you? And reference just Mudblood. All right, so that's our sponsor for the
Mick O'Meal in the housing executive. Social housing.
Paddy G there?
Yeah, get it in wicked. We main man from the electrical place.
So, do you know what happened this week? Like, I feel
so much has happened.
The news gets weirder and weirder by day.
Yes.
I was not expecting Frostbit Boy to be pulled off the fucking coast of Kerry.
I actually read the story. Do you know what, right? I loved the clip that he done. Then I found out that it was fucking set up. And it sort of took away the magic of it.
See, I didn't know this till you told me that.
Yeah.
And it ruined the fun.
I
was annoyed that you did.
And you know what? A lot of people send me messages, right? Like so the story I told about the Germany kit's green because of this thing, right? If you Google it, the story's there that I was told that I seen in Soccer AM, and apparently it's not real.
No.
Now, I don't think I am Wikipedia, so let's get that straight, okay? So this story about Frostbit Boy was, apparently he was working within UTV as an actual fucking intern or fucking work experience. And then this was set up. So it wasn't just that they randomly pulled up at a bus stop at the bottom of the fucking Glenchain Pass in bad snow, and he happened to be sitting there and then done his bit. Apparently it was set up, and it took away the magic for me.
Yeah, I wish I didn't know. It's like when you're a kid and someone tells you how wrestlers fake it.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's upset me now.
So I did like the clip when he done it. I did laugh watching the news, and that's as far as it went. Once he started doing extra stuff, I didn't like him too much.
Do you remember the music video he did?
I didn't like it that much that I didn't want to meet him.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Really?
Yeah.
It makes it sound like you wanted to assault him.
No. No.
Make better shit.
No, I just went, do you know what? Keep him the fuck away from me because I'm going to say something to him. And do you know what? That's unfair of me because
this
you know
coming from a man who gets a nasty comment on YouTube and will try to find out where you live. Like, everyone who's cheeky to me online doesn't bother me. He'll stab you.
No, I won't.
He will.
I will just have a wee quiet word with you. I don't mind. Actually, like somebody put like filters on our face the other day. I don't mind.
That was
bit of
funny
banter.
as fuck.
I get sent stuff all the time. The amount of people that send me stuff, like I get sent a video the other day of somebody watching our podcast, and the guy was calling me a fat bastard, and I looked at the clip, and that white t-shirt I did have a big belly. For people that don't know, I had to take steroids for the gout. And my fucking waistline goes up and down. There's nothing I can do.
We're similar height. It's hard to keep it off when you're this height.
when you get older too, it's
Yeah.
hard to keep off. I obviously am not doing enough training at the moment,
Yeah.
but you can't train when you have gout. So, do you know what I mean? But genuinely,
Fucking
Andrea
gout.
lives with me. It's not that I eat a Chinese meal every night or a fucking
No, you
kebab.
really
no,
don't.
I don't. I make my own food and stuff.
Yeah.
But we're not going that. I'm
Yeah.
fat. I know I'm fat. You don't need to tell me I'm fat. But when somebody sends me a video and goes, he said this, and it's somebody lying on a sofa and fucking poured it down, looking at the TV going, "No, that fat bastard, he wouldn't have been in fucking hunger strike."
And they're sitting there,
and they
pure
call me
black
a
mouth.
Fenian. Yeah, yeah.
Ugly, stinking,
Yeah.
crusty
And
cunt.
they
And
probably-
steer to him.
Aye,
Yeah. See the people call
With a
like,
face that they could get the fucking DLA with, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes, aye.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not being mean there.
yeah, no,
Just-
do
he
you know
was-
what? You're being completely fair.
He was an ugly cunt.
Yeah.
And he's slagging me. But I can take that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I can take that. That's no problem. But when somebody puts up fucking stupid fucking shit, I want to slap the stupidness out of them.
What's been the nastiest comment you've seen? Because we normally don't talk about it, but let's talk about it. What's the nastiest thing you've personally been sent, and it's like about you?
Another comedian sent me a message saying that he was going to send kiddie porn into my computer to get me arrested.
That's fucking mental. What?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Also, if you're gonna do that to someone,
don't tell them.
Don't admit it via text.
Yeah.
Tell them in person so you can
Yeah.
go, I never said that.
And then they were like trying to backtrack on it. But by that stage, I was right in the car on my way to the city where they lived.
Yeah. Are you gonna say what city that is?
Nah.
Whatever city Shane Todd lives in.
Shane's never.
Shane's never threatened to put kiddie porn on my computer. I'll say
Shane
how
has
much
something
about
to
it.
say. Shane just says it.
No, he does. He does.
You know, when we have banter, I have banter. Don't,
So, the only
I don't
reason
want
I
people to
meant-
get
yeah.
this to go, we were bomb potting, can't take a minute. I fucking laugh at everything.
Oh, yeah.
And love getting slagged and love. But it's when it's serious shit like that. It's
Yeah.
like, how long are we?
I only say Shane because we're good friends with him.
I
so
don't
it's-
like people slabbering about my family or somebody that has something to do with me.
Yeah.
That has fuck all to do with me. You're more than welcome to say this stuff to me. But
Yeah.
don't say shit like that.
I don't-
Stuff
don't-
that's going to affect my family or something like that. I don't like that.
I get, yeah. And that's fair enough. I'm like, criticise me all you want.
Of course.
Because
I
it's
talk
me
about-
that puts myself
I talk
out there.
about myself being fat, ugly, ginger on the stage, so why would I worry about somebody else saying it?
Yeah.
If I had an issue with it, I wouldn't put it out there.
Yeah, 100%.
That's, you know what I mean? What's the worst thing you could say to you?
Honestly, none of it really, really, really offends me. The one I got on TikTok that I put up the other day, it doesn't. The one I put up on TikTok the other day that I found very funny was when the guy went, you, Shane Todd, and Dave Elliott just have one thing a comedian lacks, the ability to be funny. But my favourite thing to do isn't even to get like angry and give them like a vicious put down. I just love to be like, thanks, love this so much.
That just sounds to me like somebody who wants to be funny and doesn't like the fact that you're getting attention. Or maybe they don't even want to be funny.
Do you know
maybe
what it
they
is?
just want the attention, because you will find that that's who that comes from.
I've been that person.
Right.
When you're like, you're not doing so well, someone's doing well, and you're like, oh, fucking shit, how dare they try? And do you know what? Looking back, I'm like, I know the mindset that person's in. That's why it doesn't bother me. I'm like, you're in a sad
What's a good way
state
to
of
look at
affairs.
it?
That's how I see it.
That is a good way to look at it. And you know what? That's the first way of sorting it out. But yeah, no, there's a person sending you bad comments and stuff like that, and it's the same person sending them to me at the minute.
Yeah.
And it's just like, mate, fuck's sake, behave yourself.
I genuinely
And
don't care.
it's obviously a fake account.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's not the real person. So if it is some comedian locally or doing whatever, I have somebody looking into it.
Grow some balls.
Just say it.
Grow some balls, bro.
Grow some lyrics.
We're not afraid of a bit of fucking...
Turn up at my fucking show and say it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that guy in Castlewell that night. I told you that story, didn't I? So we have spoke about that, haven't
No,
we?
you didn't.
So we were doing a gig in Castlewell and Ryan Hahn booked it, and this guy...
I was thinking of Castle Darg, that's why I was
This
confused.
guy started shouting out from behind the chair, but his hole in his legs was still hanging out, and the room was fully lit, and I could see who and where it was coming from. And I was like, I can see you behind the fucking chair.
So how was he crouched behind the chair? Like,
He bent down behind the chair, like ducked down behind it, but his hole in his legs was still up here, but his head was down here, and was shouting, "Fuck up, you wanker!" And I was like, what the fuck? Like an anthem. The guy sat in the front row and put his arm over his face like that, and was here from there
Yeah.
to me, and I'm on stage standing above him and covered his mouth and went, wanker.
Yeah, like we can't see you.
And I'm like, you're right in front of me, you fucking moron. And I made a cunt out of him.
Yeah.
And told him he looked like a Freddie Mercury that you would order off Wish.
Yeah. Yes, I remember that.
Yes, he had, yes.
I've noticed that in our shows. We seem to be getting an increasing amount of people who want to be like,
Part of the show.
I'm going to make a thing out of this guy. And
Yeah.
they forget if there's two
But
on
I
the
think that's
scene.
our fans. I think it's something
Yeah.
that we're maybe not embraced, but we'll get security.
Yeah.
And you'll maybe get shouted once, but from there, listen,
Yeah.
we're going to get.
But I think it's
we're going to get X-Power.
The reputation we have of cheeky cunts. People want to be like, well, I'll fucking show
I
them.
think so. I think people's watching us weekly now in their houses on
Yeah.
a Friday and Saturday night.
Planning what they'll
If we
say.
can get it out in time. No, but I think people genuinely feel like they're actually round the table with
Aye,
us.
yeah.
I think that's we're actually know what we're going to do. Know what we're going to do.
What are we going
This is what I haven't even discussed this with him.
But
This
here
is
we
what
go.
we're going to do. When we get 300,000 downloads.
Right?
Now you don't have to do this if you don't want to.
Right?
We're going to do a competition with the people that listen.
Yeah.
Hopefully the COVID rules is relaxed.
Yeah.
We're going to go and do a live podcast in somebody's house.
I'm fine with that.
And we're going to allow them
As
to
long as
have-
I get like roped
they're
off and
going
they
to
don't
allow,
speak to me.
they're going to be allowed to have 6 people, so that's 3 couples,
Sweet.
right?
It sounds
So
like you're organising a swingers party, don't it?
if that's no. I'm
It's
married.
Sean's just, he's in
getting
the same
married.
position he's in now. He's just got the camera going.
He's getting married. I am married. So the only person who can swing that night's you. And you look like a monkey boy, so you're well in there.
Exactly, so I'll be swinging all over the place.
But I think that'd be a great idea.
Yeah,
It only
but-
came to my head there now, but it's genuinely what people. So
Yeah.
I think when they come, they're coming together as a couple of couples or a group of people, and they're watching us in their house having the karaoke.
Yeah.
So why don't we do that?
Yeah, and we love it. Like, I love the fact that people are rushing. Like, there are weekends, so people are telling us, it's coming in, have a drink,
Yes.
and watch that.
Now, unless you're willing to pay, and you're in the mainland UK or something, right?
Yeah.
Or Scotland, we can't just fucking jump over there, right?
Aye.
So we'll keep it where it's
Yeah.
within
Also, I'm not
Belfast.
going to Ballymena. That's just a rule.
But you never know.
Fuck, I don't. I'll rig it.
We'll work it out that it's somewhere within Belfast, unless the people want to pay for us to go.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
travel expenses, hotel for a night,
Yeah.
a bag of crisps.
Bag of crisps. That is like seeing people like, what would your rider be? Is it going to be drugs, alcohol? I'm like, 6-pack of crisps.
I remember.
And nobody's to touch them.
I remember, right? The first time I was ever sent a message about a gig, and they were like, Paddy, can you tell us what your rider is? And I went, I can't answer this question because I didn't know what a rider was. I was literally only doing comedy a couple of months, and somebody asked me, what's your rider? And I was like, who do I ask? And there was nobody within the comedy scene
That was doing
I
riders.
thought would know this. And I was like, how do I get a message to somebody who would know what a rider is to fucking do this, right? So then I ended up contacting my mate who was involved in acting.
Right.
And he told me, he laughed his bollocks off, but he told me the wrong thing.
What did he tell you it was? Can we explain to people what a rider is?
Yes. Go.
So what a rider is when you're performing at a gig or a venue, they want to know if you want anything there, be it a pack of beer or some food. That's your rider. Right? So that's what a rider is. What did he tell you a rider
He
was?
told me a rider was somebody that is out the back of the stage, right? That will go and get you when you're on and get you anything you need so that the audience don't see you, right? And he told me that the best thing to do is to ask for somebody young and inexperienced. Because a lot of these young people need to get a food up into the thing. And
Oh, God!
so I sent the message back.
The fuck was it, all porter?
I sent the message back till the gig, the organisers of the gig, and I says, I'm easy enough, whoever you can get, but Daphne would prefer a teenager so that they can get experience. Is exactly what I wrote. Right? So I sent that off, and then I got a match. So say the gig was the Monday or the Tuesday. I sent that off on a Friday at like 5:15. And my mate who I asked sent me a message at 1:30 on the Saturday saying, I hope you didn't send anything away there because I was joking. And I went, what do you mean? And then he told me on the Saturday, and I literally fucking freaked. Because when I read the message, it basically says, I would like a wee young person in my room.
Preferably a teenager.
Preferably a teenager.
One that doesn't like Dolphin.
So that they can get some experience. Is what my message said. Which, if you read it in a Jimmy Savile fucking voice, fits.
Someone young, a bit of experience. Bit of a teenager.
So I then had to send a fucking email with 2 fucking screenshots of messages from my mate.
I'm not a pedo, it was a prank, bro.
Yeah, and they sent back, LOL, we knew.
You are lucky.
Because
they see if you'd have sent that to like the Ulster Hall.
Or fucking BBC. Well, you maybe
Then
would have got it.
You'd have got it, no sweat.
They'd have been like, Paddy, do you know what? You're in your own show. You're not even doing support.
That's us never working for the
You want to
BBC.
be chairman? Do you want to run the BBC in Northern Ireland? And now on BBC Northern Ireland,
The Paddy McDonald.
the Paddy McDonald Kid Puppet Show. Come and see me put my hand up a young child.
You're now making me convinced you are a paedophile just through
come
this
on.
bit. Obviously not, for fuck's sake.
But isn't it hilarious that that I was that inexperienced?
Yeah.
Like I hadn't been in it, that I didn't know what a rider was.
And see, when you get into it, and people expect your rider to be something mad, it's like a bottle of water and a bag of sweets at most.
I normally go, don't worry. Like I don't even think I didn't tell the fielder this year anything.
No.
And when they asked me for the tour, I just said, no, it's alright.
No, all you need is water. Well, me personally, water and coffee is all I'd ever. I wouldn't, because people forget you have to pay for it at the end, don't you? A rider.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's the
Well,
fun?
it comes out of cost.
You get a fucking Xbox and a PlayStation put up on your wall, but you then
You could buy a fucking carrot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What's the feel that bless them? We're lovely.
Yeah.
And got us hammered.
Well, I don't rip the whole out of it.
No.
And acts have ripped the whole out of it. I'm not going to specific people, but there's been acts that, well,
He says as he considers about to go into specific people.
Don't say names.
the wolf tones, right? I know this from America that the car had to be a certain temperature and a certain type of car.
Serious?
The fucking,
Probably to accommodate their oxygen tanks.
Hold on. Let me get this straight. The fucking wolf tones
Yeah.
who were doing pubs in America, not fucking stadiums,
Yeah.
were asking for a specific fucking car and a car to be a specific temperature.
That done some. There was a. Do you know the band Crazy Town? Now they were not a big band, but about 20 years ago they had one hit song.
Right?
And it was like, "Come my lady, come my lady,
Yes.
you my." So they were gigging in Belfast in a bar my mate runs. Right,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say his name or the bar, so I'll give it away. But the singer refused to perform unless he got a.
I think you could probably Google Crazy Town Belfast because I don't think they played it too much.
They,
it was probably the Limelight.
They demanded.
Was it the Limelight?
No,
Okay.
they demanded a pound of meth before they went on stage. Like they wouldn't go on. That was their rider. A pound of meth.
Did they get it?
Come my lady, come my lady.
You're a butterfly.
Yeah.
Sugar.
Apparently, by the way the show went, they got it.
Did they get it?
By the way the show went, that's all I'll say.
Were you at
Apparently
the
it was
show?
fucking- No, but I knew people that were. I'm not going to that. I'm not
You just delivered a bag of meth and went home.
There's so many people I know that are like, yeah. There's so many people I know are like, here's real music.
Daddy, why have I to bring this bag in here?
This dip dub smells funny.
Daddy, I tried that killie and it was fucking tangy.
There's so many people I know is like, here's real music, and they'll put on a Tony Hawk Underground soundtrack, and I'm like, sweet, it's not 1999, mate, don't want to listen to that. But there's so many, the stories I have of that guy, he tells me of like what famous people want backstage is fucking crazy.
Grim.
A lot of rappers just want weed. Weed and Hennessy. That's all they want.
They know their Irish whiskey.
Yeah, you've done a lot of shows for like big people. Did any Mad Riders you can remember? What was the views?
One of them listened to this, so I don't really want to go into that.
Do they actually?
Yeah.
Get that fucker on.
I could get him on.
Could we?
Yeah.
Great. I'm a big fan. I've had these same jeans on for 4 days.
I talked about it before, did I not?
You did, yeah.
Yeah,
you
so
did.
I know the story there. Like.
And Andrea pulled you away.
Yeah, she was just like, right, well, we're going home now then.
I'd be fucking raging.
Yeah, no, I wasn't raging. I wouldn't have stayed anyway.
Dead on.
All that cooking. Scantily clad ladies running about. Definitely
not for you, just want a cup of tea and a nice watch match of the day.
Well, you're going by my fucking radar. It was a wee teenager. I was like, although it's saying that there probably was a lot of teenagers there because it was a student union.
You want 6 bottles
of
WKD. It was
crazy, but when you think about it, that I had a sofa at the front row of a fucking The View gig.
That is fucking crazy.
In fucking Mandela Hall.
That is mental. There was the situations you can get yourself into.
Yeah. All because it was mates women's like.
That's fucking mad. Do you get them on? I like them.
Yeah.
Get them on.
There's one of them listening to it.
When we look in the mirror.
They're in Scotland, aren't they?
They're in Dundee, yeah.
Well, so will we be at some stage.
Possibly. Good shout. Good shout.
What about the guy we wanted on? The guy from West Belfast, the actor. Like I say his name. Any word on him?
We can get him sort of. I don't know where he is at the minute, but I'm sure we can get him on at any stage.
On the time, I think we should get him on the time the series.
We will. Because he'll obviously be doing premieres and stuff, but at the same sense,
we'll get a real interview out of him.
Yeah. Oh, here, hunt this guy. Will really, he's brilliant.
I'm sorry.
Do you know what? Somebody asked me, who's the funniest person that you know that isn't a comedian, and I said him.
Yeah. See, most of the funniest people I know aren't comedians. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But they don't. The funniest people I know do not intend to be funny.
No.
If you went to them, be funny, they wouldn't be able to.
It'd be wrong to say this, but Gary Croft, who done comedy, genuinely some of the stuff
he'd say he's fucking amazing,
unreal, mate. Do you know what Gary's probably downfall is confidence.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah,
because he has the Scottish voice, he has the look, genuinely is funny as fuck.
Him doing it, I can't remember what the bit is, but he has a bit where he's meant to be very confused, and his face just pulls it off.
Yeah.
Fucking
like, genuinely is funny,
yeah.
And if he just done, he used to come to me all the gigs. He hasn't done.
He's the type of guy I'm like, I'd like you'd be a great writer if he was in a team of people. I don't know about performing the stand. I think that's why he's let down. But if he was writing for
Gary is like super intelligent.
Yeah, I've spoken to him. Yeah,
he was doing a degree in rocket science. Do you know when people go, he's a rocket scientist?
Yeah.
Like, he was doing a degree in that.
Yeah. It's weird to hear that phrase and the word scientist come after it in Belfast, isn't it?
Yeah. Rocket.
He's a rocket scientist.
He's
a fucking rocket scientist.
We're on quarter two. That is fucking grim.
That's, mate.
Do you know what? We'll just keep going till we get through it.
Right, yes.
All right, we'll not rip the dick out of it.
Yeah. This will be a shorter episode, folks.
Yeah, just
I think we'll do lads' holidays next week because my story is about 20 minutes long.
Right, okay.
I did have a story from this
Frostbit boy.
Frostbit boy. Fuck, that's what we started on. Beginning and ended.
Like, the fact that he was 4 kilometres off the fucking coast with a bunch of fucking dolphins.
Yeah.
And I think the cunts were probably trying to fucking drown him.
That's what I was going to say. No one asked this. What's he doing with these dolphins? I'm not suggesting a moral behaviour.
I would say he's fingered 1 or 2 of them. Do not edit that out.
I was gonna allude to it.
Oh, you wouldn't be long getting fingered by. The dolphin did go missing.
Wouldn't be long getting conflict.
You wouldn't be long getting tunas fucking by. And you see him.
Ever tried to fuck a blowhole? I'd imagine me trying to fuck a Hoover, but
here,
like
lads,
a reef floor.
Do you know what? He's the type of cunt that you would see a picture of him fucking with 2 dolphins and a fucking lead on them, water skiing. Do you know, till fucking wherever he's from, Draperstown or something.
Like he's in a hot tub with 2 dolphins, but he's wearing like a silky shirt.
Passes her.
So what was he doing? Swimming with dolphins?
I don't know what the fuck the maniac was at, but he was at something. Do you know what? I'm wrong about him because he's a bit of a fucking maniac.
I think he knows what he's doing.
He's just a maniac.
Yeah.
He just gets him. Like, That sounds like something that would happen to me. Do you know? And then people go, how the fuck do you end up in shit like that? Do you know what I mean?
I would love to do a version of An Idiot Abroad, but it's me sending you in Frostbit Boy just across the world.
We'll get him on, will we?
We can try. McCartney tried to do stuff with him for a long time.
Didn't
He doesn't go with it, but we can try. I suppose you've just said he fucks Dolphins, so it's going to be a bit more challenging, but we'll try.
I don't think that would affect him. Do you know what I mean?
United have signed Ronaldo.
Fuck off.
Did they?
I think so.
Ah, no.
He made a gentleman's agreement.
Welcome to Sky Sports News.
There was never a chance that he was going to go to Man City, right? But in the same sense, what I think has happened there is that United were going, don't know, and he made a gentleman's agreement that he wouldn't join anybody else in the fucking Premier League.
Yeah.
And then Man City basically offered him, and I would say his agent has sent us over to United.
Do you know what I think it's been?
We can't because we'll sell tops like fuck with him.
Do you know what I think it's been? United offered him more money than City.
I don't think it probably did.
I think they would.
No, I don't think it did because they have a wage structure and they can't break it.
True.
Right? So he can't come in as the fucking most expensive player, right?
Yeah.
Man City probably would have done it. Not
Yeah.
a fucking problem. But they've just signed your man Sancho, isn't it?
No.
Grealish?
United, who did they sign?
United signed Sancho. Sorry, I thought you meant
Yes.
City. Yeah.
So whenever somebody comes in, like Roy Keane had a thing in his contract at United that he was the highest paid player,
Yeah.
and if anybody came in, he had
would
to
get
be
more.
matched. Yeah. So I would say that's happened.
Yeah.
But they just didn't want him to go to Man City. It would have just caused fucking mayhem.
What got me was United. See, when anyone's like, he played for us, he'd never play for anyone else. I'm like, believe that if you want.
Money talks.
And people get pissy at you. There's no other job in the world people get pissy. If you were a primary school teacher and you move jobs, people are going to be like, I thought you were loyal to Dundonald Primary for life. Money talks, doesn't it, Miss Stevenson?
You can't see Jerry Adams joining the DUP because there's a better contract at the table, do you know what I mean? I've always
How great would it be if politics had a
was like
transfer
fucking,
season?
wasn't it? Peter Robinson, the Sinn Féin.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
Aye.
your wife's not
Jerry
part of
Kelly
it.
sitting in the TUV raging.
Did somebody not switch over from UP to...
That happens. You'll
Billy-
get power struggles.
Donaldson?
Oh, why that happens.
Donaldson, Foster.
I'll tell you this, you might know, Billy Leonard was a policeman and an Ulster Unionist and joined Sinn Féin in Coleraine.
Holy shit.
Did you ever know that?
He just wanted no support from anyone at
I
any
just
point.
think he went to Donegal for a week and met a few people in a bar and went, do you know what, these cons are better crack.
He got pissed and went down roof tones and went,
Lads, fuck's sake, look at the deal these boys have here.
What was Jim Alistair before he broke off and was like, I'm starting...
DUP.
Was he?
Aye.
And he's like, I'm starting my own team. What did he leave over? Was it St.
Him and
Andrews
Arlene
agreement?
Foster were worked together in their barsters.
Yeah.
No.
What did he leave over?
What did he leave the DUP
So,
over?
was it the GFA or the St. Andrews?
Maybe the GFI, but it may have been St Andrews.
It was one of the two
I
of them.
think it was St Andrews. I
Yeah.
think you might be right.
I don't like him, but see if
I
you...
don't think that the DUP were ever going to make him a spokesman because the only person that ever had something wrong with their speech that they let in charge was Ian Paisley, and that's because he set up the party.
Yeah.
And from that, they've never had anybody that talks funny.
No. Which is weird because I think he's a very good speaker, and I
Like
don't
Jim
agree
Rogers
with him.
from East Belfast was never going to be part of the DUP because he sounds like he runs the Kremlin.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Did you see the DUP made news? Because they're like, one of us went to like a gay wedding once, and everyone was like, how progressive. To be fair, one more gay wedding than I've been to. I'd love to go to a gay wedding.
Have you never been?
Never been. You been to one?
Yeah.
Good crack. Literally good crack.
It's no fucking different, I'll put it that way.
Instead of a cake, did they just have like one big giant cream bun? And
They
ate it from both.
They had a unicorn sparkly dildo. Fuck's sake, William. It's a fucking wedding. It doesn't mean it. You're talking like a fucking DUP person.
I'm just asking. I don't know what the hell.
Like everybody had to dress as a character from fucking Phillies people. It's
See, if it was up to me, everyone at my wedding would have to dress like wrestlers.
See, everybody was like, hi.
Not all of them, just you're telling me. Are you telling me they don't exist?
Listen, I've been to a Protestant wedding too, and it didn't make me become a Protestant to go.
Then you didn't go to the right one.
Do you know what I mean?
There's been Protestant weddings I've not been
How
invited
many
to.
fucking Indian weddings have you been to, Packy Dat?
Oh, he calls me Packy Dad.
Well, that's...
Throw back to primary school. There's Protestant weddings I haven't been able to attend because I'm
it
not
looks like
Protestant.
somebody has one of them red fucking... Like the Born Identity has a gun
The
pointed at you.
DUP are just sniping in on me.
No, you're actually like Woody when he gets his head burnt by Sid next door.
I look like Vision in Marvel. The guy with the wee gem in his head. Piss me off. He's like,
Oh, Oh God. We actually are late this week because it was COVID.
You COVID again?
COVID again. There was a COVID operation today.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was fucking delayed. So that's why we're delayed this week again.
Yeah.
In case people see it.
It's such a pain in the hole, but we're being as cautious as we can be.
Yeah.
Do you know, when we're waiting until everyone comes back as negative and shit. It's very annoying. I thought when I got vaccinated I wouldn't
I
have
started
this.
a job this week and like I'm not working sites no more. So it seems to be like general knowledge, so I'll address it anyway. But I started a job this week. I'm going to be teaching young people.
How to steal cars?
How to steal cars, yeah. It's a new thing set up.
Are you excited? You're going to be a teacher?
I know. So
that's fucking terrifying.
It's mental because kids, not loads of them have been in, but the ones that have come in, and it's sort of like went about social media now that. So they've went.
Sir, get your deck out.
So they've went from like, say, 80 kids want to do joinery, right? Get taught joinery. It's now went to 140.
Fucking it, because you're doing it.
And they're going to be so disappointed because it's not comedy. It's going to be, here, sir, do that's what. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's going to be strange.
I couldn't imagine. You couldn't help yourself. You can't be in a crowd of people and not have a wee giggle.
No,
you'll do something. I know you.
It'll be a bit of crack, but I mean, there's going to be seriousness.
Like you'll be
come 2 years down the lane and they go, "Why is these kids not joiners?" And I go, "Yeah, but look at the man I'm doing the feeling."
You'd be like Fagin, or you're like gang of wee comedians.
It was like a load of them got their wages stopped of the second year, right? And I was sitting there, and the teacher came in and was like, "None of them turned up for my essential skills class last Monday," and I went, "Last Monday in West Belfast. A load of wee lads didn't turn up here." And I went, "I'll speak to them." And I went in the room and I went, "What happened? This didn't come in last Monday." And they looked at me and they were like, "Well, we didn't know about it." And I went, "We had the wave tones?" "Oh." That's why I weren't in, wasn't it? And they were, "Oh." Right, do you know what I mean? So it maybe is a good thing in a minute because I do know that. So it's a bit strange.
You're the man on the street. Have you started teaching yet?
The other day.
How'd you find it?
It was a bit strange, to be honest. It was a bit strange, but it was grand. I'll get there.
Any funny business you had to stamp out?
No, they were actually alright.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I mean? Like people, they were actually alright. They were not too bad.
No wee bastards like myself?
Not yet. I'm sure that's yet to come.
I imagine if I was a teacher and I saw someone who was like me, I'd fucking hate it.
Oh, here, listen. 100%.
You'd be a wee shite as well.
100%. And do you know what? It's probably the best person to do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, I say to people, I'm probably the best person to talk to young people about drugs because I done quite a bit of it when I was younger.
Yeah.
So I can tell them about it.
Yeah.
You know, instead of having some priest that's never done drugs telling you, "Oh no, you shouldn't take an ecstasy tablet, it's very bad." It's actually not that bad. It's just dangerous.
Yeah.
The buzz is amazing and you have a great time with your mates, but it's dangerous. You don't know. It's like, there's loads of people I know that would go, "There's not a fucking chance I'm getting that fucking COVID jab." And I look at them and go, "No, but you fucking took fucking 10 E's off Mickey McGuire's dirty trunks in the arena one time." Yeah. And you don't know where they came. They were probably smuggled in a diesel container from fucking Amsterdam and made by a fucking Nigerian that sold watches in Spain during the summer. Do you know what I mean?
If they told the vaccine was cat, more people would inject it.
Yeah.
100%.
I love these people.
Yeah.
I love these people. It's fucking hilarious.
Don't know what's in that. I don't know what's in a Diet Coke, but I'm gonna fucking drink it. Do you know what I mean?
They'll have a taco chip from fucking...
It's when they start trying to list the ingredients to you and you're sitting there like, stop acting like the two of us know what is being said.
Yeah.
This may as well be fucking Latin as far as I'm concerned.
So it was mental. But what about you? Anything else this week?
Fuck all, man.
It's strange because we were gigging like fucking seeing each other every night.
I have 5 gigs over the next 4 days. I'm flat out.
So it's mental. Do you have Woodville?
Woodville and the Shankle.
One night in the Shankle. One night in the Shankle.
I thought you were going one night in Bangkok.
I'm fucking jealous.
I'm surprised you're not on.
I'm jealous.
You jealous? How do you think I'll do? I think I'll be alright.
I'm not worried about that angle of it. Like, I think the way you can perform. I think people, I actually am glad to hear it. You know, a lot of people that came to see you and were like, "Fucking William's brilliant." And I'm like, "I know, fucking, he wouldn't have been on the show if he wasn't."
I know what I love. People can't give me a compliment without an insult first. They'll be like, "Oh, I didn't think you're funny." Then saw you there and you're really funny. And I'm like, Thanks for that.
Yeah, fuck up.
Yeah.
But isn't that the best way? Isn't that the best form, I think? Like,
Yeah.
Is to actually...
It's a very Belfast way, though. I had someone... This has been the best fan interaction I've ever had, right? This has just came to my mind. I had someone share my story, but said, funny guy, looks aren't everything. Right? And I was like, oh, go on.
mean?
Look, you're an ugly cunt. Like, oh, you're an ugly
Was
cunt.
it a fella?
That was a fella. He was like, funny guy, but looks aren't everything. Ugly bastard himself.
So he, not only was he threatened by your actual comedy, couldn't slap her, but
No, he's he's friendly enough. He's
well,
not
I'll
a bad
give you,
dude.
I'll give you an in, and I'll give you an. You know,
But this, let me, like, this is what was funny. Because I went, oh, is that right? I'm going to go on my podcast, tell everyone you're a pedo. I swear to God, he replied back, that story's not true, don't report that. And I was like, well, I'm just going to leave this conversation where it is. Because I'm prepared for a lot of things. Someone, after being called a pedo, going, that's not true. I'm like...
is that a double fucking whammy? But was he doing that to get a reaction from you? Or is it like...
Fuck, well, he got it because I blocked him.
Did you block him?
I just stopped replying to him, deleted him. I was like, I don't want... That's weird. It was one time I was like, Joe, I'm not even going to press this. I don't want to know what the fuck he's talking about.
You need to be careful what things.
Because I get dragged up in the court case
It's
talking
mad
to
that
Peter.
this week's fucking podcast consisted of a lot of talk about that, right? And the guy that's doing the gig sent me a promo code for Saturday night's gig for the last 20 minutes it was there, and the promo code was U-Tree.
I'm going to name one of my solo shows just Operation U-Tree. I never reference it.
What about, is there an anagram of U-Tree?
Or just make a pun out of it or something.
I can't. I've been trying for 12
was
years.
it called? Did anybody ever question why it was called U-Tree?
I've not a clue.
I have to look into that.
I remember when that came. Remember, it was like every day you're checking your phone, like, who's a pedo today? Hoping it's not someone you like.
God,
Gary Glitter came out and I was like,
the
fucking know
funny
that.
thing about it is, if you look back in history, right, I had a memory come up from like 9 years ago or something, and it was me going, know who's next? Rolf Harris is going to come out that he fingered some sheep in the animal hospital, but it turned out that Rolf Harris wasn't fingering sheep, he was fingering kids.
2 little boys.
See, that's what he was doing. Did you ever watch his show?
Nah.
And it used to start with him sitting at a desk. Like, go and look at this, right? The start of his show went like this. It was him with a desk, and he used to be sitting there with his hands under the desk, and he was going... It's Rolf's cat doing club you can join today. Cunt was wanking. Go and look at it. He fucking was. It's like, you watch stuff now with Jimmy Savile, and it shows you him fucking grabbing.
He's got the hands on the ground, like...
Yeah, the wee girl, and squeezing him into him and all, and then saying, oh, I got away with this, and you watch things...
Don't like a woman who knows too much.
And Gary Glitter, we fucking seen him in Spain.
You ever seen that he does that?
Yeah. We seen him in Spain.
What do you mean you saw him?
We saw him in Spain, and he wasn't meant to be in fucking Spain.
Uh-huh.
So we were
Was
in
he doing a show, or...?
No.
Right.
No, he wasn't performing on the beach.
No one judge me and act like his music doesn't slap.
Right?
Alright? I'm not saying I'd go see him.
We are in Nerja for a wedding, and we're sitting in the square, and I'm looking at this guy walking down, and I'm going, I recognise that Coupon, right? He had a bandana on, and it was the wee fucking face, and he was with a girl, and I went, no, it's not. No, it's not, right? And I watched him,
And you went, hey!
Do you want to be a Mac? No. And then he get past, and I shouted, Paul! And he turned around and looked, and then away he went.
Why'd you shout Paul?
Because his real name's Paul Chad.
That's a better name than Gary Glitter.
Right? And he turned around, it was fucking him, and the fella that was with me went, was that Gary Glitter? Who's Paul? He looks like Gary Glitter. Paul looks like... And I went, Paul Chad is fucking Gary Glitter, and that's him. And I put a picture up of him walking away, but we didn't get a frontal. And I was like, can't believe fucking just seen Gary Glitter, right? And then it came out that some fucking gangster was looking for him in Spain because he had been to Spain. He had fucking went on ferry and went over it because he can't fly. But he had got over to Spain, and he was knocking about Spain.
Doing his usual.
Well, he was,
Go ahead,
and he was
business.
with a girl, by the way. Do you know what I mean?
Girl, or
It was a woman.
right?
Wasn't a young girl.
Do you know what the thing about Gary Glitter is? From when I was born, that's when all the stuff came out about him, so everyone knew it. So see, by the time I was like 12, 13, and people were showing me music videos of him, I was like, fuck, I didn't know he sang as well.
You just knew him.
I just knew him as a pedo. I was
You
like,
didn't
who's
know him.
recording music videos for this famous
My
pedo?
dad liked the stuff when we were younger, so
Yeah.
it was like Guy Glitter. We knew who he was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, by the time I was like, fuck, I didn't know this pedo made music too. I just knew him as a
And
pedo.
then you see him on stage and you go, "Ah, come on!"
I'm like, how do people not know he was a
No.
pedo? And then you hear,
Yeah.
and you're like, alright.
no, because his music was good.
Fuck, it is. It is good. Like, he is good. terrible
So
man.
We'll
Tunes.
change from I at the start of the show and we'll just have Guy Glitter.
Can we have you guys covering some Gary Glitter? Do you wanna be in my gang, my gang?
Yeah, you're playing a youth organisation dinner next week. Start off with, "Do you wanna be my guy?" You come out with glitter and all that. Hey, hey, hey!
Fuck, I don't the entire all of us were sitting vibing there. Do you remember the Joker, the movie, used that?
Yeah, when he done
and
the
everyone was
stars.
like, can't believe you're using this. And everyone went,
But it's
banger. Fuck up.
100%.
I walk about the house to that song.
And do you know if anybody sees my Alexa history? Because it was like when that movie came out, I played it like 100 times. Going, that's a fucking brilliant tune. And do you know what? I was walking around Disney. Mm-hmm. Fucking what, 6 years ago? And they were playing his Christmas song.
He has a Christmas song.
Mate, it was one of the best Christmas songs. You don't hear it here.
I don't know
And
it.
I'd forgot about it. And then a rock and roll at Christmas. It's a Christmas rock and roll. So we're walking about Disney. All the Yanks are all like, "Yeah, it's Christmas, man."
They
and
fucking
something.
love Gary Glitter
And
over
I
there.
was like, "Gary fucking Glitter in Disneyland." Walt Disney. I know what Walt was doing with this Walt. He was sticking it in this Disney. It was like, but they still played it.
That's fucking. It's
But
in
here,
there.
Gary Glitter was on. Michael Jackson was also on, but I didn't even go here. That's a paedophile.
Yeah. Although he's another one. I'm like, good songs though.
I know. Billie Jean,
Lost Prophets, not good enough to get
lover.
away with being
no,
pedos.
No, pedo cunt.
You have to
And there was
be.
actually only one of them was.
Yeah, I saw.
Well, do you think the rest of them was?
No,
no, just him.
They were like when they found out about it.
They were like
what?
sick. But he wasn't even. He was like fucking proper sick. Shit.
It's one of those when people don't know about it, but like, oh, what they do, I'm like, I'm not telling you
No.
because it'll ruin your day.
Yeah, pretty grim.
We're gonna need to wrap this up.
We do.
Right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you again next week.
Yes, all the best. Sorry, there was no questions, but sure.
We don't have time. I have to be in Newton Abbey in half an hour.
All right, folks. Thank you very much. See you all later.
See you later.
Come on, kid.